Hey everyone. Thanks. This was a really good game today, and we're a little behind, so we're actually going to cover the first three games in this first summary, this first presser. Um, so far in the season, we played three games. We are 2-0-1, so we have two wins, zero losses, and one tie. For anybody keeping track, you get 3 points for a win, 0 points for a loss, 1 point for a tie. So we have 7 points so far on the season. And frankly, we're about 30 seconds away from having 9 points on the season because that first game, the other team scored a late goal really, really late in the match to even it up. So the things that I think we are doing really, really well, I'm very impressed with the way the kids are playing. I mean, we've had, it's been a month now since we've been able to get out and have a formal practice because of all the weather and travel and everything. And so the kids are literally learning in the game. In every game, I continue to be so impressed that they are just their ability to learn from decisions made early in games. I mean, from the first half of the first game where we gave up about 7 or 8 shots on goal and had to have a really big day from our keeper, until today when all in all, we gave up about 6 or 7 shots on the day. And so we have continued to learn. They have continued to make really, really good decisions. First game was a 2-2 draw. Then the second game, we ended up winning 5-3. And one thing that was really important with that is it was 4-3 for a while. And what we learned from the first game, what I learned from the first game is let's keep attacking the ball let's try and see if we can get it on their side, not on our side late in the game. So let's keep attacking. So game number two, we kept attacking. We ended up getting a goal at the end to put it out of reach, and that kind of took the wind out of their sails, being able to do that. So we pulled that one out 5-3, and then today we won 6-3. We were up 6-1. Had five first half goals. We just kept putting the pressure on. And that was really, really important today because we had 7 people. We had two reserves. So being able to put that pressure on and that onslaught of pressure and those 5 goals in the first half were really, really important. We ended the first half up 5-1. Then we added an early goal in the second half, and we kind of held on after that. It was to be expected when we have 7 people, we have 2 people coming on. We had almost every kid played a lot during the game. I mean, we were out of a 50-minute game, we were logging a lot of minutes. I would be surprised if a kid ended up sitting out more than 6 or 7 minutes in this game, because that's what we needed. And one thing that I really stressed with the boys in the second half at halftime and then in the second half is take your time to breathe. When when we are in a situation, especially if we're up late in a game and we get a ball kicked out, we have a throw in, or we have a corner kick, or we have a goal kick. Those are opportunities for us to breathe a little bit, to regulate our breathing, to get the ball set up, take a little bit of time, make sure we're doing what we want to do as a team, what is going to put us in the best situation to be successful. And they did a really, really good job at that today. They did an amazing job taking their time, not rushing, noticing when their teammates needed a rest and possibly taking a one-on-one by themselves, especially late in the second half when we are just trying to hold on because everybody on that field has played probably about at least 42, 43 minutes. Everybody on the sideline has played at least 42, 43 minutes. We're really having to hold on at that point. And the one thing I talked with the boys about after the game, the one area where we can have some improvement is we just have to keep focus, especially late in games when we are tired. We gave up 2 late goals today, that we probably should not have let into the box. One of them was from outside of the box. We weren't covering up the way that we were early in the game. We weren't putting the pressure on the way we were earlier in the game. And that's to be expected because we're tired. At the same time, that's what we need to work on for the rest of the season. And we'll get some work in on that whenever we're able to hit the practice field. We're going to be working on stamina a lot. We're going to be working on endurance a lot because I'm so impressed with the way these kids are playing and the way that they're learning during games. One of the areas where I can help them improve is getting building up that endurance, building up that stamina. And so all in all, so far this season, it's been really, really good. I can't stress enough how good our defense has been playing. So far on the season, we have let's see, we've so far on the season we've scored 13 goals, and we've given up 8. So we have a goal differential of +5. That's really, really good at this point in the season. And so what I want to do for the rest of the season is continue to work on endurance, continue to work on our ability to see what is happening in the game, and especially on defense when we need to trail the ball and escort the ball out. So we can get a throw in or we can get a goal kick, and recognizing those times we need to do that and those times that we have to go for the ball because we were the ones that made last contact, things like that. So all in all, really, really good job so far this season. I'm really, really impressed. And yeah, we have time for one question if anybody has one. Yeah. Yeah, player management, time management. That's always a real big thing. What I want to do is when we have the reserves that we had in game one and game two, a lot of times we have two or three or four people going in at the same time. I don't want to sub a keeper in during a half unless we absolutely have to. Something's happening, somebody's hurt or something's happening, or we just need kind of a breather in there. But when we have the reserves, I'm looking at getting 3, 4, sometimes 5 people in at a time. Today, yeah, it really was all hands on deck, and we even got to the point where somebody's playing on offense, they're getting tired, they're holding back on defense, which admittedly, led to some of that at the end, us being extra tired. But that's the way that it was, and this was a game where we really had to battle. This was a game where they had to show how much they could play, how much they could last in the game, and they did a superb job doing that. They did an amazing job. They've done a great job so far this year. And they did a really, really good job today. So I'm real excited for the rest of the games. I'm real excited to see what we're going to continue to learn, where we're going to continue to get better, and get some more of these games under our belts and hopefully get some more practices under our belts. So thanks a lot, everybody.